But I think the first two rounds were 3 or 5.
I thought the last one was the best of 7. Best of 5. No, so the next 3 games are at City Field.
Yeah.
If they can find a way to win all 3, we don't even have to go back.
Like 7 or 8 p.m.
I really feel, I told you this last night, I feel Western teams are much stronger.
Sure, that's what happens. You know, a lot of things have to work out.
Sandy was watching last night and he was saying,
Fun.
he did nothing. I said,
Right, keep it going. Don't choke the bear.
All right.
he's on base, they can't get him to.
But we had a good time. It was nice to see her because she's not going to the break this weekend.
He's got to go Friday.
Like it was so short.
No, still in.
She didn't seem to mind. She was fine. He goes fine. He took him 3 times and he wasn't so
What is that?
My son's crazy concussion protocol again.
When we were in Chicago.
My son just tried.
Who, Adam?
No, the older Roman.
Looks for some people like who will take a couple hours.
It's a long ride. I mean, you got to do it for like.
Nowadays, you don't have that option.
He's good. Like, he does it. He's done a few times on his own, but he prefers when someone will take like a couple of 3 hours.
Breaks it up a little bit.
Yeah. So, but
I would imagine even just the company in the car is good.
Yeah.
Like, keeps you awake for a while.
yeah.
So I'm testing all our systems.
Yeah, I know. It was just booking her and my son's Thanksgiving flight.
Right, whenever you're ready.
She wants to come back for the Purdue game. So she's coming back.
Good evening and welcome to the October 15th, 2024 meeting of the Roseland governing body. Adequate notice of the meeting has been provided in accordance with the Open Public Meeting Act that the date, time, and location of the meeting were included in the annual meeting schedule, posted on the public bulletin board in the municipal building, and filed in the office of the borough clerk. For those attending tonight's meeting via Zoom, the agenda and other relevant documents can be found on the borough's website, attached to the meeting notice posted in the news and announcement section. During the meeting, an announcement made prior to the 2 public comment periods. Anyone wishing to make a public comment via computer will be instructed to use the raise your hand icon, and anyone wishing to make a public comment via telephone will be instructed to dial *9 at the appropriate time. For those in attendance in person or remotely, please provide your name and address when selected. If you are eligible for Daniel's Law, please just announce your name. Mr. Watkins, please call the roll.
Mayor Spango.
Present.
Mr. Barty.
Here.
Mr. Baron.
Here.
Mrs. Fishman.
Here.
Mr. Goldstein.
Here.
Mrs. Parati.
Here.
Mr. Trillo.
Here.
Please rise for the flag salute. Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America. To the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
First on the agenda, we have our first round of public comment. Any member of the public wishing to be heard, come forward, state your name and address for the record. If you're with us via Zoom, use the raise your hand icon. And if you're with us via telephone, press *9, please. Seeing none, first we have presentations. First, we'll bring up Dan Salvante from Essex County Parks for his monthly greetings and handouts.
Holiday greetings to the council here in Roseland, Mayor. I do have several announcements about happenings here in Essex County. Hopefully the residents will take advantage. This weekend, we have our annual art show in Brookdale Park. That's on Saturday and Sunday. That's the 19th and 20th. On October 19th, Saturday, at the Essex County Public Works Facility, there'll be the Computer Electronics Recycling Day. That'll be from 9 to 3 p.m. And again, that's at the Public Works Building on Bradford Avenue. Moving along to our Halloween events, Guardians of Glow will take place on October 18th, Friday evening from the hours of 6 to 9 p.m. That's at Presby Irish Gardens in Montclair. Our famous Strut Your Mutt pet costume parades will be taking place at 3 locations this year. October 19th, this Saturday, will be in Branchbrook Park. Registration is 9:30. Parade will start at 10. On the 26th, we'll be in Brookdale. Same thing on registration. And also on the 26th, we'll be at the Grover Cleveland Park. Trick or treats, Halloween time is at Turtleback Zoo on the 31st. There is an admission fee. If you're a zoological member, it's $3. General admission is $5. And that will start at 4:15. I'm sorry. I believe that starts at 5 o'clock on the 31st. On November 2nd and 3rd, we'll have our open house at the Riker Hill Art Park from the hours 11 and 5. And I know I'm pushing my luck here. November 9th, we're going to do the hazardous waste, and that again will be taking place at the Essex County Public Works Facility on Bradford Avenue. So I encourage residents to take advantage of the programs and services the county has to offer. So Mayor, is there anything we'd like to take back to the administration?
No, thank you, Dan.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Tim.
Thanks, Dan.
First next on the agenda, we have our Junior Olympic champions. Just give me a second to get the podium, and the lady can help us with who's here. Okay, we have marked off the Junior Olympic champions that are with us, but we're going to call out the other names just so they're on the record. And if they happen to walk in as we proceed, we'll have them come up. Kindergarten Junior Olympic winners were Charlotte Colbert Singletary, Izan Babasar. First and second grade was Summer Bach. Come on, Summer, you're going to be first. Congratulations. Ishan, come up. Congratulations.
How sweet.
Vaiba Kanathala.
Here we go.
Emily Schroeder. Matthew Schroeder. Emma Barty, Dad, do you want to accept on her behalf? Sure. And Trey Red. So all these, we were at the Junior Olympics. These kids didn't just win one medal; they won like 10 medals each. It's like for us old people, it's like Mr. T with all the chains around their neck. It was very impressive. So we congratulate them. We're gonna take a picture with just the kids, and then we're gonna have the parents come up and take a picture. And grandparents for everyone. All right. Here we go. Go up there. Council can stand up with them.
Sure.
Go up back.
Mike, she doesn't have a trophy.
Yes. Let her hold that one, Mike, until it, okay.
Just hold that one. That wouldn't be right.
Any parents want to come in for a group picture?
You know,
Well aware.
He's not
He's in the party today.
no.
3 hours at a time.
I mean, yeah.
Isn't that how simple it is? We're gonna say free lunch. Well, Exhibit A, Your Honor. Exhibit A.
Thank you. Take care. Bye, Mr. Chair.
Yep, I know. And they get burned on it every time. I know.
I don't, I just don't get it.
All right, next on the agenda, we have our summer concert platinum sponsor presentation. If Tom O'Byrne can come forward, please.
What's up, Tom?
This seems to be an annual occurrence, but as much as we want to make sure Tom knows everything that he does for us, we don't take for granted. He's there every year for us, the summer concert series. He's there for us no matter what we need. And I say it all the time, it's not just monetary. He's there for labor. When we did the barn, he was working, I think he enjoyed it. He was working the backhoe and working, getting his hands dirty with everyone. So we can't say enough good things about him. We're here to recognize him again for, I think, third or fourth year. He's always our platinum sponsor. He was always there to help us financially or through hard work or just for support at town events that he comes to. And we're very lucky to have him. Even though he's an Essex Fells resident, we still think of him as a Roseland resident. So, Tom, on behalf of the council and the town, thank you for everything you do. Thank you, Mayor. And the friendship and the
Many times as I'm up here, it never gets old. I'd like to thank Mayor Spango, the Borough Council, the Recreation Department, and Emergency Management for having me serve as your platinum sponsor once again, for the great banner at the intersection of Harrison Avenue and Eagle Rock Avenue, and those flashing signboards on Passaic Avenue and Eagle Rock. I never leave town without driving by. I'd also like to give a shout out to my daughter Tara, because every day, whenever that sponsor letter hits, she rockets leads over to Borough Hall to check. Now, PNC Bank might have their name on the Arts Center, and MetLife might have their name on the stadium, and Prudential might have their name on the arena, but I'm the proudest of all to have my name associated with the great borough of Roseland. So thank you all very much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Your name and lengths, Tom.
the second time I saw you.
I'm good. How are
To
you?
get in that picture.
Oh, it's so cute.
Thanks, Tom.
So much. Congrats.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Next on the agenda, we have mayoral appointments. We have 4 members of the Recreation Committee, 3 whom are being reappointed and 1 new appointment. 3 being reappointed, and we thank them, Stephen Bata, Farrell, and John Rodriguez. And our new appointment, Christopher Baldino, we thank them for serving. That being said, do we have a motion to appoint these 4?
So moved.
Second.
Fishman Trill, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing and seeing none. Next on the agenda, we have ordinance 35-2024. Mr. Watkins, please read the ordinance by title only.
Ordinance to amend the revised general ordinances of the Borough of Roseland, Chapter 17 entitled Water and Sewer, Article 2 entitled Service, Section 17-8.1 entitled Rates.
Is there a motion to introduce ordinance 35-2024?
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing and seeing none. Mr. Watkins, please call the roll.
Ordinance number 35-2024 will be posted on the borough's website. Notice of public hearing. Did you want me to do a roll call on that, Mayor?
Yes, Ms. Watkins, please.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I did, but I said it, so I might as well
I'm
continue.
tired. Mr. Barty,
Yes.
Mr. Barat,
Yes.
Mrs. Fisher,
Yes.
Mr. Goldstein.
Yes.
Mrs. Barati,
Yes.
Mr. Grillo.
Yes.
Ordinance number 35-2024 will be posted on the borough's website. Notice of public hearing will be published in the progress. Public hearing will be held on Tuesday, November 26, 2024.
Thank you, Ms. Watkins. Next on the agenda is ordinance 36-2024. Mr. Watkins, please read the ordinance by title only.
An ordinance of the Borough of Roseland, the County of Essex, State of New Jersey, amending and supplementing the Borough Code to include a new Chapter 25, clothing bins to regulate the placement and use of charitable clothing bins.
Is there a motion to introduce ordinance 36-2024?
So moved.
Second.
Goldstein, Parati. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none.
Ordinance number 36-2024 will be posted on the borough's website. Notice of public hearing will be published in the progress. Public hearing will be held on Tuesday, November 26, 2024.
Thank you. Next on the agenda is introduction of ordinance 37-2024. Mr. Watkins, please read the ordinance by title only.
An ordinance to amend the revised general ordinances of the Borough of Roseland, Chapter 7 entitled Traffic, Section 7-14 entitled Parking Prohibited at All Times on Certain Streets, to prohibit parking on a portion of First Avenue and a portion of Steel Court.
Is there a motion to introduce ordinance 37-2020?
So moved.
Second.
Fishman, Parati. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing and seeing none.
Ordinance number 37-2024 will be posted on the borough's website. Notice of public hearing will be published in the progress. Public hearing will be held on Tuesday, November 26, 2024.
Thank you. Next on the agenda, ordinance 28 has been postponed to the November 26th meeting. Next on the agenda is public hearing on ordinance 30-2024. Mr. Watkins, please read the ordinance by title.
Ordinance amending section 60 of bond ordinance number 24-2021 of the Borough of Roseland, the County of Essex, New Jersey, finally adopted November 23rd, 2021, in order to increase the section 20 costs.
Is there a motion to open the public hearing on ordinance 30-2024?
So moved.
Second.
Barty, Trillo, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing and seeing none, does anyone wish to be heard on ordinance 30-2024? Hearing and seeing none, motion to close the public hearing. Barty, Bolton, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing and seeing none, Mr. Watkins, please read the ordinance by title.
Ordinance amending section 6D of bond ordinance number 24-2021 of the Borough of Roseland, the County of Essex, New Jersey, finally adopted November 23rd, 2021, in order to increase the section 20 costs.
Is there a motion to adopt ordinance 30-2024?
So moved. Second.
Barty, Barant, roll call vote, please, Mr. Watkins.
Mr. Barty,
Yes.
Mr. Barant,
Yes.
Mrs. Fishman,
Yes.
Mr. Goldstein,
Yes.
Mrs. Parati,
Yes.
Mr. Trillo.
Yes.
Ordinance number 30-2024 will be advertised in the progress as a passed ordinance. Shall take effect 20 days after the first publication, after final adoption as provided by law.
Next on the agenda is a public hearing on ordinance 31-2024. Mr. Watkins, please read the ordinance by title only.
An ordinance amending Chapter 2, Article 8, Section 2-75 of the revised general ordinances of the Borough of Roseland, entitled Public Records and Services, Fees and Charges Established, and Chapter 14, Section 14-4, entitled Use of Outdoor Facilities.
Is there a motion to open the public hearing on ordinance 31-2024?
So moved.
Second.
Trillo, Fishman, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing and seeing none. Does anyone wish to be heard on ordinance 31-2024? Hearing and seeing none, may I have a motion to close the public hearing?
So moved.
Second.
Trillo, Barant, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing and seeing none. Mr. Watkins, please read the ordinance by title only.
An ordinance amending Chapter 2, Article 8, Section 2-75 of the revised general ordinances of the Borough of Roseland, entitled Public Records and Services, Fees and Charges Established, and Chapter 14, Section 14-4, entitled Use of Outdoor Facilities.
Do we have a motion to adopt ordinance 31-2024?
So moved. Second.
Barty, Trillo. Roll call vote, please, Mr. Watkins.
Mr. Barty,
Yes.
Mr. Bryant,
Yes.
Mrs. Fishman,
Yes.
Mr. Goldstein,
Yes.
Mrs. Parati,
Yes.
Mr. Trillo.
Yes.
Ordinance 31-2024 will be advertised in the progress as a passed ordinance and shall take effect as provided by law.
Next on the agenda is a public hearing on ordinance 32-2024. Mr. Watkins, please read the ordinance by title only.
Bond ordinance providing for the acquisition of a fire engine in and by the Borough of Roseland in the County of Essex, New Jersey, appropriating $1,300,000 therefore, and authorizing the issuance of $1,235,000 in bonds or notes of the borough to finance part of the cost thereof.
Is there a motion to open the public hearing on ordinance 32-2024?
So moved.
Second.
Parati, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing and seeing none. Does anyone wish to be heard on ordinance 32-2024?
Went to that, 20 meter court. I come here for favorably on this. I think this is very well needed, especially after the budget meeting, when I saw that fireman put that stuff on that floor. It's a disgrace. These are volunteer people who are giving their lives for the citizens of Roseland. So I hardly, I hope that people understand this, that they're volunteers, basically. And, giving their time, their efforts. So I hardly, and this is nothing for what they do. So just want to give their support, not only to the firemen, but also to the police.
Anyone else wish to be heard on ordinance 32-2024? Hearing and seeing none, may I have a motion to close the public hearing on ordinance 32-2024?
So be it.
Second.
Parati, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing and seeing none, Mr. Watkins, please read ordinance 32-2024 by title.
Bond ordinance providing for the acquisition of a fire engine in and by the Borough of Roseland in the County of Essex, New Jersey, appropriating $1,300,000 therefore, and authorizing the issuance of $1,235,000 bonds or notes of the borough to finance part of the cost thereof.
Is there a motion to adopt ordinance 32-2024?
So moved.
Parati, Goldstein, roll call vote, please, Mr. Watkins.
Mr. Party,
Yes.
Mr. Braun,
Yes.
Mrs. Fishman,
Yes.
Mr. Goldstein,
Yes.
Mrs. Parady,
Yes.
Mr. Trillo.
Yes.
Ordinance number 32-2024 will be advertised in the progress as a passed ordinance. Shall take effect 20 days after first publication, after final adoption as provided by law.
Thank you, Mr. Watkins. Next, we have a public hearing on ordinance 33-2024. Mr. Watkins, please read the ordinance by title only.
Bond ordinance amending sections 3E and 6B of bond ordinance number 15-22 as amended and supplemented by bond ordinance number 18-22 of the Borough of Roseland, the County of Essex, New Jersey, finally adopted September 20th, 2022, as amended and supplemented November 22nd, 2022, in order to amend section 3E in its entirety and to revise the average useful life.
Is there a motion to open the public hearing on ordinance 33-2024?
So moved.
Second.
Party, Fishman, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none. Does anyone wish to be heard on ordinance 33-2024? Hearing and seeing none, may I have a motion to close the public hearing?
So moved.
Second.
Party, Parati, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing and seeing none, Mr. Watkins, please read ordinance 33-2024 by title only.
Bond ordinance amending sections 3E and 6B of bond ordinance number 15-22 as amended and supplemented by bond ordinance number 18-22 of the Borough of Roseland, the County of Essex, New Jersey, finally adopted September 20th, 2022, as amended and supplemented November 22nd, 2022, in order to amend section 3E in its entirety and to revise the average useful life.
Is there a motion to adopt ordinance 33-2024?
So moved.
Second.
Goldstein, Trillo, roll call vote, please, Mr. Watkins.
Mr. Barty,
Yes.
Mr. Braun,
Yes.
Mrs. Fishman,
Yes.
Mr. Goldstein,
Yes.
Mrs. Parady,
Yes.
Mr. Trillo.
Yes.
Ordinance number 33-2024 will be advertised in the progress as a passed ordinance. shall take effect 20 days after the first publication after final adoption as provided by law.
Thank you, Mr. Watkins. Next on the agenda is a public hearing on ordinance 34-2024. Mr. Watkins, please read the ordinance by title only.
Bond ordinance reappropriating $469,204.92, including $462,028.93 of proceeds of obligations not needed for its original purpose, and $7,175.99 from the capital improvement fund in order to provide for various capital improvements in and by the Borough of Roseland and the County of Essex, New Jersey.
Is there a motion to open the public hearing on ordinance 34-2024?
So moved.
Second.
Trillo, Barty, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing and seeing none. Does anyone wish to be heard on ordinance 34-2024? Hearing and seeing none, may I have a motion to close the public hearing?
So moved.
Second.
Trillo, Fishman, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing and seeing none. Mr. Watkins, please read ordinance 34-2024 by title only.
Bond ordinance reappropriating $469,204.92, including $462,028.93 of obligations not needed for its original purpose, and $7,175.99 from the capital improvement fund in order to provide for various capital improvements in and by the Borough of Roseland and the County of Essex, New Jersey.
Is there a motion to adopt ordinance 34-2024?
So moved.
Second.
Barty, Barat, roll call vote, please, Mr. Watkins.
Mr. Barty,
Yes.
Mr. Barat,
Yes.
Mrs. Fishman,
Yes.
Mr. Goldstein,
Yes.
Mrs. Parati,
Yes.
Mr. Trillo.
Yes.
Ordinance number 34-2024 will be advertised in progress as a passage. Shall take effect 20 days after first publication, after final adoption as provided by law.
Thank you, Mr. Watkins. Next on the agenda is resolution 330-2024, approving the October 11th bill list. Everyone received the bill list for questions, concerns, and/or recusals. If there are none, we'll take a motion to approve the bill list.
So moved.
Second.
Parati, Barty, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing and seeing none. Next, we have adoption of resolutions 1 through 13 by agenda numbers, by resolution number 331-2024 through 343-2024. Everyone received the resolutions? Questions, concerns, comments, or recusals? There are none. Take a motion to move these in their entirety.
So moved.
Second.
Goldstein, Trillo, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing and seeing none. Next, we have the consent agenda. Luckily, we have another new Leaf Dremel to join the Roseland Volunteer Fire Department. We thank Leaf for taking on this role of volunteerism in assisting our volunteer fire department, which Mr. Tedesco mentioned so earlier, about how important they are. And, you know, they donate their time, but they also donate their safety by going out there as well on a volunteer basis. So thank them for that as well. Well said, Bill. Thank you. That being said, do we have a motion to approve Leaf's application?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Parati, Barat, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none. I want to, Mayor's report, I'm going to thank DPW, Recreation, Fire Department, Police Department, OEM, First Aid Squad. We had the bonfire, and we had Roseland Day since we last had a televised meeting. Thank them for all their help for all those events that went phenomenal. We had a group that came in and gave a study of the total amount of people that were at these events, and the total amount for the bonfire was close to 1,500. The total amount for Roseland Day was close to 2,000. That's from the start to the end, which is amazing. So thank everyone for that. And on an even better note, on Friday or Thursday, I believe last week, our tax assessor, Kevin Esposito, contacted the borough and gave us the good news that Roseland had the lowest tax rate in the county of Essex for 2024. Compared to our neighboring communities, it was a much lower rate, but I want to congratulate everybody that is on this council for accomplishing that. To have the lowest tax rate is something that we should be proud of, while we continue to provide the services and the improvements to the town we do. So congratulate everyone on this council for achieving that. Besides that, I have nothing. Committee discussion? Finance administration, best practices?
Thank you, Mayor. I just wanted to, Maureen, on behalf of the borough, submitted the best practices inventory to the state of New Jersey, and we have received a score that is well above the minimum to receive all of our state aid. So that's a great work by Maureen and the rest of the administration. I don't know if anyone else wants to add.
It's good that Roseland is able to have a high score. It means that we're just a very well run.
Thank you to you and the staff.
That's all I have.
Anybody else for anything from the committee?
Yes, I just have a real quick. I just wanted, and I'm sure everybody does know, but the signs, the pedestrian signs went up. Councilman Neil, John, and myself were there. We did a little video, and John actually used it. He pressed the button and walked across the street. They do flash, and he's still here. I want to thank Deputy Director Matthias, Chris Critchett from DPW, and the guys at DPW for getting those signs and installing them. By our DPW installing them saved us a tremendous amount of money. So I want to thank them for that, and Deputy Director Matthias for getting them from his budget. We appreciate it, and I know our residents do. We're hoping to put more up in some strategic areas. So hopefully next year we can add another 2. So I just want to let everybody know they are up there installed and they are working.
Thank you. Anyone else from anything from committee?
I do. Municipal Youth Guidance is having a food drive at ShopRite on Sunday, October 27th from 10 a.m. And our food bank needs donations of shelf-stable foods that are within date. And it's flu season, and so please, everyone, get your flu shots.
Okay, next we have the approval of minutes from the October 1st, 2024 council and executive session meeting. Everyone received the minutes, everyone was present. There are no questions or concerns. We'll take a motion to move them. Motion.
Second.
Barat Goldstein, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing and seeing none. Next on the agenda is our second round of public comment. Any member of the public wishing to be heard, come forward, state your name and address for the record. If you're with us via Zoom, use the raise your hand icon, and if you're with us telephonically, press star. Hearing and seeing none, the only thing left on the agenda is a motion for adjournment. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Fishman, Trillo, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none. Everybody have a great Halloween.